Oh my gosh, you guys, hello. I am so excited to get on here and talk to you today about what I'm going through right now. And it's been such a crazy week. Like, I don't even remember the week before. We're in between eclipses right now, and it's like kind of chaotic. The best I can describe the way I feel inside is like that scene from The Wizard of Oz where they're in the tornado and like everything is being stirred up. Yet, like, I'm in that, but I guess I don't even know if I'm still afraid of tornadoes, but it used to be one of my number one fears. So like even being in that vision would be mortifying. But it's like I feel at peace with it, but it's still so chaotic and crazy. And what is really coming to the surface for me is protecting myself. And this is such a huge part of self-love that, like, I mean, it's uncharted territory for me. And I think that's where a lot of my excitement is coming from, is like I didn't even know that this was a possibility. I mean, I guess I did, but I don't know. But anyway, so like a little less than a week ago, I went on this journey, and it's in a group that I'm in right now where we are learning to uncage our voice. And this journey took me back to my mom's life, into a situation where she was being abused. And it was really scary. It was really hard. It's hard to be there, you know? And while I was there, I was validating her, and I was letting her know that, like, you know, she's not doing anything wrong. Because so often this is what happens, you know? Whatever kind of abuse it is. And abuse is normalized. So it gets minimized. It gets invalidated. Like, oh, that happens to everybody, so it's not abuse. It is abuse, and it's not okay. It's not a problem with the victim. It's the abuser is doing something wrong, and then somehow it gets turned around so that the victim feels that they can't speak up. And this is like the thing, right? So in this journey, I actually got to take her out of this situation. And we went and we played on the beach, and we went and we had all these adventures, and it honestly feels like her child, you know, her 11-year-old self is here with me and my 11-year-old self and my actual 11-year-old, which is just a wild experience on its own. But this idea of protection, I notice a lot, yet rarely speak up about it. And I am forgiving myself for that now. I'm also noticing why don't we speak up whenever we see things that aren't right, you know? It is so scary. Your insides, it makes me think of like Moana, and when they were like trying to get past the big waves and they kept getting like knocked back, and so then they think that they can never get past them, you know? But really there's a method through, like, you have to go through that. You have to be okay in that tension. It is scary, yes. You might be shaking. You might say the wrong thing. That's another part of it, is like, what if I end up being abusive too? Or what if I end up being disrespectful too, in calling it out, in holding accountability, you know? And it's like, well, you probably will. It's okay. It's okay if it comes out wrong. It's okay if you feel tense. And it still needs to be done. And the more that it gets done, the easier it gets. The tension doesn't go away, but you get used to it. And the feeling of not standing up, not speaking out, not expressing myself, not honoring my feelings, not validating myself, making excuses for people, not holding people accountable, being responsible for their bad choices. It affects you. It affects you so deeply. It tells yourself that you're not worthy of standing up for, and maybe that's part of the reason that we don't, is because we feel that way, and then not standing up for yourself makes it a circle. So one way to stop that circle is to do it in a mess, do it crazy, be a see you next Tuesday. It doesn't matter, but break that pattern, and then that shows you that, hey, it is worth it. I am worth it. This is so important right now. I mean, with everything going on, we've just uncovered the ring of people. And my first reaction to that was not shock. It was like, yeah, I knew that, And to me, that's so heartbreaking. Like, how can I know that and not be doing something about it? And then whenever I start digging into that, it's like, well, what in the actual F can I do? Like, this is the thing. And I mean, it starts on these, like, on my level, on your level. Yeah, we're hearing about it in the news and it's like big time people and whatever, but I mean, talk to 5 of your closest friends and see what happened to them, when they were growing up. It's not just big names and celebrities, it's uncles and grandpas, and it's sick. And the reason it can keep going is because we're scared to say anything. And when we do, oftentimes it makes it worse. Maybe they don't get held accountable by the law, So what is it that we do? What is it that we do? And I don't have the answer for this. Believe me, I'm working hard to find it. And as soon as I do, I'll let you know. We can start a club. As far as I know right now, what we do is we have to have our own boundaries. We have to have our own standards. What we tolerate and what we don't tolerate. What we allow for our kids and what we don't allow for our kids. Listening to ourselves whenever we feel like we're being mistreated. So whenever we're feeling angry, that's what anger is. It's like a thing saying, hey, you're being mistreated. Instead of saying, oh, I shouldn't be angry, or why am I angry again, or resisting that anger, or reacting on the anger, really sitting with it and validating it. Like, yes, this is what is happening that is making me feel like I'm being mistreated. And then you can say, okay, I'm not going to allow that, and then it pops up and you take your feet and you walk away, or you say something, but you get yourself out of there. You protect yourself. Maybe make a report, Like, I honestly don't have a lot of faith in that. I feel like, for the most part, in most situations, it gets worse before it gets better. And that's where getting comfortable in that tension is really important. Keeping yourself safe, getting yourself out of a bad situation, and being okay with that tension, that inner, just like, ugh, you know? Soothing yourself through that, giving yourself safety and love as you're in that tension, knowing that that tension is really growth. It's growth happening. You're learning things. This was a pretty heavy message. It's been a really crazy week. I'm excited for the eclipse tomorrow, and hopefully things will kind of smooth, get a little more clear, like the tornado will settle. And then I can pick up the pieces and rebuild what needs to be rebuilt and dispose of the rest. But yeah, let me know. I don't know. How do you guys speak up for yourself? How do you feel when you do it? Tips, tricks. I'm new to this. Like, yeah. See you next time.